Hi guys, welcome to Irene Torok Art. Welcome to an epic fail of a painting this week. This painting was a massive bother from the word go. I had a procedure in hospital this week and that was really playing on my mind a lot. Also we have a massive, well, we don't anymore, but we had a massive tree next door, right next to my driveway, which is directly next to the studio. And that came down this week, so that was like super noisy. In the meantime, I was listening to really shitty albums on this 500 greatest album list, which you'll see later. So a lot of things this week that just weren't enjoyable at all, which is just life, that happens sometimes. But yeah, this painting, I ended up rushing through a lot of the steps and there's just so much about it that I really dislike, but I made myself finish it regardless. Not to give up during the hard periods. So I think I'm going to post this picture on my page for anyone that wants it for free. I'll send it out to them unless a friend of mine ends up putting their hand up and saying they really want it. But yeah, it can just go. I feel like just grabbing it and throwing it in the rubbish basically. But no, if anyone wants it, they can take it. If not, that's where it'll end up, in the bin basically. We had a lot of really hot days this week, so I've been out in the garden a little bit. We went to a plant nursery and bought some more plants because can't help myself when I go. We spent some time outside barbecuing, we had some catch-ups, we had a date night with Jay, obviously the procedure, which I'll go into a little bit further into this video. We cooked a lot of random dishes this week. I also made a Mexican meal that I got some footage of that I thought I might include here, which was really nice. I also did some sketchbooking this week. I like to sketchbook and sketch the human form quite a bit, whereas in my paintings I do mainly landscapes. But this year I really want to do a lot more portraiture as well. So later on I might do a sketchbook tour or something like that on all the sketches that I'm sort of doing just in the mornings randomly. And with that, speaking of portraits, this week I had such a waste of time. I had a potential client reach out to me and she wanted 4 pet portraits done, which is fine, and also quite a large scale landscape. So went through the process with her, showed her the different sizes of canvases we can look at. She picked out her sizes for the portraits, she picked out her size for the landscape, we discussed subject, everything was all good and fine, she was happy with the price, everything was great. And then when it came to, I was about to do the preliminary sketch basically on paper to get her to approve what I would be putting on the canvas, but with beginning the portrait, you have to put a down payment on and then you pay the rest basically on delivery. Even though it was going to be an international sale, so she would have paid the day that I'm basically sending them off the rest of the amount. Turned out she wanted to pay the down payment in cryptocurrency, which is an absolute no-no with me. Either you pay a dollar amount or I'm not doing any work for you. And it was back and forwards, why won't I accept it? You know, it's still a form of payment. And I said, no, I'm sorry, but I'll only take an international bank transfer. That's the only way that I'll get started on the portraits and send them out to you. So anyway, it ended up being a huge waste of my time. It's just another one of those things this week that just didn't go my way, but that's whatever. But anyway, so speaking of that waste of my time, we'll get into this waste of my time and starting this portrait landscape. So this week we went to a nursery, not a very big nursery, there's quite a few in Geelong, but a nursery where we quite often go to have a look at various gardening things and plants. So of course, as per usual, had to buy a few plants and replant them. Got out in the garden a little bit, which is always enjoyable. Or one with open flowers.
Up to you. Up to you.
Then that day was quite a hot day, so we made a bunch of cocktails, cosmopolitans, and ended up just barbecuing and staying outside a little bit longer. Pardon? The fire. Oh, so hungry. Cheese, Boshi. Then I ended up laying the tree into this painting. Jay and I had a date night throughout the week. We go to random restaurants, whatever, we try new things quite often, but we went to a tried and loved place this week, continuing with the barbecue theme. Korean barbecue. I absolutely love Korean barbecue. They've just got the best marinades on their meat, and they bring out a whole heap of little dishes of pickled things and hot sauces and things that you can sort of layer in your little lettuce cup, and we loved it. Where should we eat? Very quiet. Trace reckons the hot chicken project's really good, but I don't want chicken.
I don't want chicken. We've had chicken that many days in a row. Like.
Otherwise, the Asian place.
I know.
Any more duck on. The barbecue master. Then I laid in the sunflower field in this piece, and in the meantime there was all that noise going on. Yeah, the music that was playing was really annoying me, so everything about this painting this week has been annoyance, as you'll now see. I hate this piece so freaking much. I just want to grab it and throw it in the rubbish, but I'm not going to. I'm going to stick it out. I have a procedure coming up and it's playing on my mind, and I'm like rushing it. I'll have all day tomorrow to sort of make it somewhat decent, but it's just doing my head in. And there's shitty playlists on the 500 best albums list, one after the other at the moment, so it's just like everything is annoying me. But I'm going to stick it out, I'm going to finish it, and then if anyone wants it they can take it, otherwise it's going in the rubbish. So I'm about to finally lay in some green and work on this a lot more today, and I thought I'd put a podcast on because some of the playlists on the 500 list have not been very good. And there's all this noise because there's a massive tree next door, which thank goodness it's coming down because birds drop fruit and bird poo all over our car all the time. But it's so loud. They've just finished another batch of branches. Do you want to see? Oh shit.
Should we look to that and say it's really cool that they built? Should we admire the accomplishment of amassing a ton of wealth? Or should we, or is there not something to admire about it?
It is a massive tree. Oh, they've done quite a bit of it already. It's huge. So that's the noise level today.
Missions don't want to make money to serve the mission. They're doing a disservice to their cause because they haven't figured out the skill.
You try the next thing, their eyes on that if you're lucky. So no, it doesn't really amount to anything. It doesn't really amount to anything. Right. Yeah, it's self-ego that is not really true.
It's interesting because You say that most people are focused on themselves. So when you mess up publicly or you fail publicly.
So this week we had some more salads and pastas and things like that, but I also made a Mexican meal one night, some Mexican tostada bundles with a sort of a taco seasoning, sort of a meaty sauce, and laid in a couple other ingredients into the bundles, bundled them up and toasted them, and had it with a really nice avocado salsa. So I thought I'd include that this week. And then this morning I put just a few finishing touches on this piece to kind of make it look a little bit more finished before I potentially give it away. So with the procedure this week, Crohn's update. My Crohn's is pretty good at the moment. The procedure went pretty well. Thankfully, I didn't have to stay in overnight, so I could come home that day. There's been so many times that there's been complications that I get quite a bit of anxiety having to even go in for anything now. But thankfully, other than my veins not cooperating, I used to have the best veins and now they just hide. They don't want to be poked and prodded anymore, which is fair enough. Neither do I. But yeah, other than that and them not knocking me out in the little anesthesiologist room, they actually took me into the operating theatre awake, and I hate when they do that. I hate seeing those big lights and the operating table, and then they knock me out and I'm like fully anxious because I know they're about to like slice and dice me. But other than that, it went off without a hitch. There was no problems. Woke up and everything went according to plan, which is good. I'm hoping now there'll be no procedures and nothing needed with my Crohn's for quite a while, being on the Stelara, and the Crohn's symptoms being pretty well under control at the moment. So fingers crossed, nothing for a while now. The recovery time of this small procedure is 2 to 4 weeks. So hopefully, as long as there's no infection or anything, I can be back to doing everything pretty well normally in the next couple of weeks, and there's no issues there. So that's always good. As far as this week coming, I think I might actually start that very, very large scale painting that I've had in mind to do, which is probably going to take me over a week. So it might be a week and a half or so before another video, but we'll see how we go. We'll see what happens. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this fail of a painting. And yeah, hopefully the next one goes a lot more according to plan, and everything else in life in the next week or so hopefully goes a lot better than this past week has. But we'll see what happens. I hope you guys have a great weekend and a great week, or however long until I upload another video again, and I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video. Thanks guys, bye.